Availability of Shiba Inu is at an all-time low. This is completely insane. Quickly eliminated about 33 trillion Shiba Inus. We sold everything to the whales. Some really shocking information was revealed by the Shiba Inu group. You never know when your 1-cent dream might come true. Tell me what's going on. Furthermore, what am I even referring to? Allow me to clarify. Important notice. The Shiba Inu community is in for a treat today. The price has been falling seemingly daily for what seems like an eternity, but now things are starting to turn around. Today Shiba Inu actually rose rather than following its customary declining pattern. It's not a huge leap, but it's definitely an improvement, one that seems considerably larger in light of how difficult the previous several days have been. The atmosphere has begun to change as a result of this minor adjustment. Those investors who were on the fence earlier are now feeling more comfortable, and people's attitudes are turning around. For the time being at least, the irrational volatility that everyone was worried about appears to be subsiding. Looking at the price movement of Shiba Inu over the last week reveals some steadiness. Rather than merely bouncing around aimlessly, it's actually maintaining its balance. This is a welcome break for those that hold. Today feels like a victory after witnessing a string of setbacks. Now we get to the wild phase. Shiba Inu is holding its own against other meme coins, rejecting the idea of conformity. Finally, the surprising part. Shiba Inu's value may soon surge by an astounding 500%, according to one crypto analyst. This is supported by significant signals from the present Shiba Inu supply on exchanges, but we will address those later. It has broken through a critical resistance level and is now remaining stable, adding to the surge of optimistic sentiment. The number of participants is growing. The volume of trades is increasing, and the anticipation is through the roof. Who exactly is the analyst making such a daring forecast? A prominent figure in the cryptocurrency industry. That is Javan Marks. On his call he is not budging. Shiba Inu still has a huge breakout ahead of it. In his opinion, Marks reiterated in a recent post that the price of Shiba Inu has been exhibiting strong indications since it surpassed that obstacle. He included a price chart that showed when the coin finally broke out of its consolidation phase. Now that it has stopped tumbling, it may be preparing for a far larger move in the near future. Unpredictability persists in the cryptocurrency market, and meme currencies in particular are notorious for their wildly fluctuating values. What will happen next is anybody's guess. However, Shiba Inu is currently showing promising results. Things might get interesting soon if this forecast comes true. Hold on a second. That 50% forecast is already out there. I get it. However, I have something much more bizarre to tell you. This morning, news broke regarding the availability of Shiba Inu. The figures are mind-blowing, I swear. The kind of enormous sums that nobody anticipated are at stake here. Do not go until the very end. I will explain everything in detail later. However, before we go into that, let's discuss this recent huge increase. Something monumental occurred with the supply of Shiba Inu, say experts. Seriously, it's mind-boggling. Over 13 million Shiba Inu vanished overnight, sending a critical statistic soaring by over 50,000%. This isn't your average spike. It's a huge burst that nobody saw coming. The burn rate skyrocketed in the last 24 hours, consuming over 12 million tokens in a single transaction, the largest of its kind. However, the price of Shiba Inu surged by about 10% before leveling off. The fact that it reached that height, together with this bizarre burn activity, has the entire town abuzz. Things might become interesting from here on out, given how quickly supplies are decreasing. However, let me tell you something. Something even more significant is occurring at the moment, and burns are also going absolutely bonkers. The quantity of Shiba Inu on exchanges is completely disappearing, which is something you might not believe. Furthermore, that is really positive. With a recent decline to 93 trillion tokens, Shiba Inu's exchange reserves have reached a new record low. As a result, there are less tokens available for trade than in the past. Holders persist despite months of market volatility. They are not selling their tokens in a panic, but are instead removing them from exchanges and keeping them. It's as if they are anticipating a tremendous event. On top of that, it's not a little decline. The decrease in supplies is quite significant. Major platforms such as Binance, Robinhood, and Coinbase currently only hold approximately 16% of the total Shiba Inu supply. Over time, that figure will decrease. Plus, there's usually just one outcome when supplies are this low: soaring prices. So big, greater than the majority of individuals think. Significant price fluctuations have historically followed periods of steadily declining crypto asset supply on exchanges, and they aren't nitpicky improvements either. What we're discussing here are actions that have the potential to transform ordinary people's lives by making them millionaires. Let that sink in. The accessible quantity of Shiba Inus is becoming increasingly limited as there are only 93 trillion of them left on exchanges. There will be an insufficient supply of tokens if demand increases, regardless of whether the buyers are individual investors, institutional investors, or whales. And when that occurs, the cost can increase dramatically. This may be an opportunity for investors who have stuck it out through the bad times to recoup some of their losses, and a little more. The Shiba Inu has a history of going viral and making people rich seemingly out of thin air. With these supply numbers falling, the next surge might be even greater if history repeats itself. This may indicate that Shiba Inu are preparing for a severe shortage of their products. Those who were quick to jump in and stay put may soon be sitting on gains that change their lives. What this means is that some people are snoozing on this chance, while others are secretly getting ready for the next major breakout by discreetly stacking their tokens. With such a small supply of currency, the price movement might be spectacular if Shiba Inu catches fire again. And this is the absurd part. It was recently discovered by the Shiba Inu team that Shiba Inus can actually reach a penny. Indeed, what you heard was accurate. There is more to this than the irrational speculating of unrelated traders. This information is being relayed directly from the team. Lucy has recently stated her belief that it is feasible for a Shiba Inu to reach 1 cent during their lifespan, as the marketing head for the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Furthermore, this is not idle speculation. Even after all this time, Lucy is still going strong as a member of the Shiba Inu family. She thinks the token will succeed in the long run, and says it's only a question of when, not if. It won't happen overnight, as she also said, but the fact that someone on the inside is talking about it openly indicates that they anticipate something major. Things are about to get interesting from here on out. Coincident with the release of this shocking forecast, the supply of Shiba Inu exchanges hits new lows. Could this be a lucky break? On the other hand, do they have insight that the general public lacks? Because it's impossible to look at the broader picture when supply is disappearing at this rate, and the team is dropping hints about a huge price target. This has happened previously. When there is a dramatic increase in demand, but not enough supply on exchanges, the price can skyrocket. Early holders and patient investors could be in for a world of hurt if Shiba Inu even comes close to 1 cent. One may argue that this is really bullish. Despite the team's confident rhetoric and record-low currency reserves, long-term holders refuse to budge. This might be the beginning of a Shiba Inu rally that rocks the world, if it's all there is. And another one of those wild ones. Something that an expert recently said is causing quite a stir. Insane things came out of his investigation of the altcoin chart. He claims that a bullish cross has recently occurred in the cryptocurrency market. Indeed, he has correctly predicted the arrival of cryptocurrency season. Everyone who has been around cryptocurrency for any length of time knows what that entails. The market goes absolutely crazy whenever a group of altcoins